Namaskar to each and every soul sitting in the audience, gurus, shishyas, rasikas. I am deeply humbled today for being chosen to talk about Vilasini Natyam on this forum by Dr. Srinidhi Chidambaramji. Congratulations to Team Aneka and Alap. I take this moment to pay my respects to the indomitable spirit of Telugu Devadasis. Guru Swapna Sundari's gurus, especially Maddula Lakshmi Narayana, Maddula Venkatratna, Saride Anusuya, Saride Manikamma, souls like them who nurtured their art, worshipped it despite every possible resistance towards it. What is Vilasini Natyam? It is the Bharatam of Telugu Kalavantulu. Learned, researched, recast, interpreted and propagated by Guru Swapna Sundari. Telugu Devadasis were earlier known as Sani, which is an upper branch of Swamini, Bhogam, Kalavati, Vidya Vilasini. Their art was known as Sani Ata, Bhogamata. And with time, these terms, a word it's very deep with meanings and connotations. It's not just a word. And a word acquires meanings over the ages. We all know that. And these terms, they were misinterpreted, misunderstood over the years due to various sociological, religious, political reasons. The art went through a phase of struggle, degradation, rebuke, resistance, and denial from within the community and also from outside. Unlike other Devadasi art forms like Bharatanatyam, Mohiniyattam, and Odissi, this style did not make a transition to the modern stage in that Renaissance period. Although Dr. Nataraja Ramakrishna had started work on Devadasis in Telugu land, and it is because of his efforts and Dr. Arudra that these artists got very few opportunities to perform, maybe one or two in a year. It was one such program in Yeluru. My guru was performing Kuchipudi, and she, till that time, was not very serious about Devadasis. She even denied their existence. But then, while crossing, this is what is called divinity intervening, she heard these voices and stopped there. Who is this? And when she saw them, she was stunned. From that day, she said, I have to learn this art form. She went to her Kuchipudi guru and said, please, said, request this lady to please teach me. I have to learn from her. Maddula Lakshmi Narayana initially resisted, and we can all understand why. But after serious deliberation and seeing the passion and commitment in Swapna Sundari, she was willing to teach this art form. But there was a very strong resistance, as I said, in Telugu land, and it was here in Chennai that lessons were conducted. Swapna Sundari ji, she is known for Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi, but she suspended all her commitments for a considerable period of time and went through each and every movement of Dasiyata. That time it was not known as Vilasini Natyam, but she learned it. Of course, the movement, when it goes through a body of a Bharatanatyam artist, a Kuchipudi artist, it has its own life through that body. But she went through this exercise of not only studying it with a lot of commitment to the authenticity of the movement, but she adapted it, if I can use the word adapt, for the modern day presentation, the proscenium. And Dr. Arudra was part of this whole process of research, and he guided her at every stage. And Vilasini Natyam, the term was given to this art form in '95 again in Chennai. And it was not just one single term. There were a series of names after a serious research into the history, cultural history of Devadasis, they were asked, which term do you think will come closest to this art form and give it true representation? And they said Vilasini Natyam, Natyam of Vilasinis, because they were known as Vidya Vilasinis. In which context were these dances performed? The repertoire of Vilasini brings in together three contexts. One is Gudi Seva, where Devadasis performed in the temples as rituals. They were the link between the public and the deity. In the royalty, she was a patra to aesthetically entertain the king and the poets. Unlike ritual, in the court repertoire, it's called Kaccheriyata. She went deep into deconstructing each and every song so as to give it a new life. Yes, the song was sometimes deconstructed to the level of single word, and she went into myriad meanings, symbols, and metaphors. The purpose was to widen the horizons of that poetry. And there were people who understood poetry so well. So the exchange was quite mutual. And there were audiences. We know that a large section of society did not have access to scriptures and Vidya. So it was again a Vidya Vilasini, like a teacher, educating the audience through a format called Bhagavatam. There she, unlike the Ekaharya Abhinaya or the Natya she did for kings and the royalty, in Bhagavatam she took the role of Bhama or Golla. And there were also male dancers with her who took the role of Krishna and Sakha. When did this art flourish? The history is very wide, and one can always revisit the book of Swapna Sundariji. But just to give a context, it was prevalent during the Kakatiya rulers' age and went on to flourish during the Chalukyas, Vijayanagaram kingdom, Madura and Tanjavur Nayakas. I have said the three contexts in which Devadasi art was performed, but what were the pieces that were performed? In temple, she did the Nitya Seva and Naimitya Seva. Nitya Seva means from morning till night, every day. Naimitya Seva are special rituals which she did for Brahmotsava or Kalyanotsava during Brahmotsava. And in the court repertoire, we have Varnam, Padams, Pallavis, Chatiswarams. Mezuvani, a chamber concert, where the audience was very limited, sitting very next to her. The musicians were also sitting along with her on both the sides, and she did padams and javalis. She also performed on Adhyatma Ramayana and Pushpabana Vilasa. And as I said, in Art of Bhagavatam, it was pure theater. Is this a distinct style? Many people ask me that, is it an adaptation from Bharatanatyam? Is it Kuchipudi, another Bani of Kuchipudi? No. Like Telugu, like Tamil, like Malayalam, it is a completely different dance language, which has its own Adavu Samu. Swapna Sundari, she went through a rigorous training for 2 years, and so did we. I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer. I went to her for Abhinaya, only in Bharatanatyam. I had not even heard the words Vilasini Natyam. She said, I'm sorry, I can't teach Abhinaya like that. My entire approach has changed because of the Anga of Vilasini Natyam. What is Vilasini Natyam? I did not question her. I simply took a leap of faith because I wanted to learn from her. And you will see in this piece, Pallavi, how the technique of Vilasini Natyam is so distinct from other dance styles. Pallavi, a composition performed during the Bala Bhoga, a temple ritual. It is the time when the first Naivedyam is given to the Lord. And we used to perform in the temples. Today, there are dancers in Hyderabad who do this during Brahmotsavam. So we are just standing. We are also waiting for prasadam. But for food, you need to do your karma. So we have to first do the ritual. And it is when the pujari is offering the Naivedyam, the Devadasi dances for the Lord. The idea behind this is that at that time, the Lord has just woken up and the energies of the temple are quite raw. So let's not get into Abhinaya piece. This is a beautiful piece which brings together everyone. It's a Nritta composition. And today we have chosen Pallavi based on the concept of Chali Chalavali. Chali Chalavali is a concept in Vilasini Natyam in which the speed of the composition does not change arithmetically. It shifts gradually, because that's how we were trained in our fundamentals. And that was something very new for me. I said, in Bharatanatyam, it was direct double. Vilambitam madhyam madhyamam kudurtam nanga appadi pohom. Ana idhula appadi kadiyadu. You will see how it opens up. Pallavi is preceded by a churnika, a floral offering to the goddess. Pallavi is in Shuddha Saranga, composed by Dr. S. Vasudevan. And it is preceded by the churnika, which is going to be sung by Shweta in Sumarasa Ranjani. It's in Tishranade, Tishragati Pallavi Adithala.
चरण नलिनयुग्मं पंकजैः पूजयित्वा कनक कमलमाला कमलमाला कंठदेशे अर्पयित्वा शिरसि 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 विनिहितो रत्न पुष्पाञ्जलिं रत्न पुष्पाञ्जलिस्ते हृदय कमल मध्ये हृदय कमल मध्ये देवी हर्षतनोतु ritari 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 tarita dhim 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 ritari 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 tarita dhim 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 ritari 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 tarita dhim 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 dhim
ఆడదాని జన్మమెత్తిన ఫలమేమి అతివరు వ్యర్థమమ్మ. What's the point of being a woman? This janma is వ్యర్థం. మేడలు మెద్దులు మెండు గలిగిననేమి ఈడైన విభునితో కూడి ఉండకపోతే. What's the point of having such palatial houses when you can't be with someone who connects to you? Having a deep interest in sociology, I requested Akka to give me an idea of how a grahasthin will feel in a Devadasi setup. We always hear one Devadasi about the other and all of that. But what about that woman inside that boundary? Seeing her husband connect to somebody else so vividly. What will go in her mind is an attempt to understand through this padam. We are doing only, it's a Kasturi Ranga padam in Sahana. We are doing only Pallavi, Anupallavi and Charana.
जन्ममु येतीन फलमे में अतिवरो व्यर्थ आडदनी जन्ममु येतीन फलमे में अतिवरो व्यर्थ सलीपीतेने अतुलित व्रत मूलू आचरिंचिते अतुलित व्रत मूलू आचरिंचिते पति तोड़े हित पलुक लेक होते पति तोड़े हित पलुक लेक होते पड़दनी जन्म यतीर भल
Thank you, Purva, for that exquisite performance. Purva will be available to take Q&A if you have any outside, but now we're moving on to the next session. But before that, Kudiyattam, the Sanskrit theatre of Kerala, is one of the oldest living theatrical traditions in our country. Originated more than 2000 years ago, Kudiyattam represents a synthesis of Sanskrit classicism and reflects the local traditions of Kerala as well. In its stylized and codified theatrical language, Netra Abhinaya or eye expression and Hasta Abhinaya, the language of gestures, are prominent. The actor's art lies in elaborating a situation or episode in all its detail. The Netra Abhinaya in Kudiyattam is very special. To take us through this very significant aspect of Kudiyattam, I'm happy to welcome Sri Suraj Nambiar. His gurus are Ammanur Madhava Chakyar, Sri G. Venu, Ammanur Sri Parameshwara Chakyar, and Ammanur Kuttan Chakyar. He performs most of the important roles in various Kudiyattams and also performs Chakyar Kuttu. He was one of the two actors who represented India at the workshops at the World Theatre Project and has also received many awards and accolades. Netra Abhinaya in Kudiyattam by Sri Suraj Nambiar.